fuck, I don't know. Wait, you want me to tell him to go watch on?
No, I'm going to watch it. Well, you can tell him too. Yeah, you can tell him to watch it if he has it. I'm just saying that's where I'm going first. There goes your live.
We're live. Señoras y señores, damas y
Already?
caballeros.
Oh, you started it early.
On YouTube, yeah.
On YouTube. We're on YouTube.
Okay. Hello, YouTube.
Okay.
Hello, YouTubers.
No, really quick. If I do this, you're quiet. And if I point at you, talk. No, actually, it's because last time I think the lips and the audio weren't matching.
Oh.
But because it's delayed, I need like a bit of silence in the beginning. And then I need to point at you so I can see you talk.
Can you move the mirror?
Yeah.
Because there's a reflection in it.
Okay. When will my reflect? He's that quiet. He's so bossy. You're bossy.
You're mean.
Yeah, it's delayed.
But yeah, for you, but not.
I need him to check. Like, it's like a... Here.
Let's see.
I'm on the phone right now.
Can't come to my phone.
Here. Póntelo, and then press play.
Red leather, yellow leather,
Is
red
it live?
leather.
I went back. But you
A
see
little
it?
bit, yeah. A couple seconds.
Okay.
Your makeup's gonna come off. Your lipstick's gonna come off.
No me importa.
Oh, that song. No me importa si estoy enojada. I don't know. What is the song? I don't know. Can't take anybody named Jesse Turner seriously.
Ya no me importa. And then he's all
But what does he
sad.
say? Oh.
Something about you leave if you want to.
Oh.
Blah blah blah. I don't know. You're on YouTube.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go on Facebook.
We haven't started on Facebook or anything yet, right?
No.
My pen doesn't work.
What are you weird about? I'm gonna go get my lipstick. And I'll get you.
Well, yeah, because it gets it. Because then it'll.
I don't know why I grab both.
Try something. You have a minute to turn. Okay,
Hi, welcome to Granberry.
Welcome to Gabbing with Granberry. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
very minimal.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't think it'll be a huge thing.
Okay.
So,
So are you doing Facebook or Instagram?
I can do Instagram. I do Facebook. You tell me.
I'm gonna search Granberry. We're 2 minutes late.
yeah. I'm just gonna go live on the other ones.
Yay! Wow, it's gonna take that long to build the Mirage. 2027.
Oh, the mirror.
Are we
Tell
live?
us when.
You're live.
We're live.
Hello.
Oh,
hello,
there it is.
Hello.
Yay.
We're here.
Okay, I'm gonna share it to all my stories, you guys. Share it to
Waiting
my
for Granberry.
feed.
Waiting for Instagram.
They don't pay me enough.
Come learn about.
I don't see it on Instagram yet.
Second.
Oh yeah, you moved the mirror.
Yeah.
Let me turn it down.
There it is.
Oh my gosh, it's so close.
We're here. We're here.
Hello, everybody.
Wait, why did he do that?
Wait, you changed the format.
Oh, I guess it's okay.
Yeah.
Classic Cars 1, 2, 3. Hello. Oh, let me share the video. Uvaldo's on. Hi, Uvaldo.
Hi, Uvaldo.
Do.
As per the usual, we will wait just a couple minutes for everyone to join. Teresa's watching Instagram. I'm watching Facebook. If you're logged on, make sure you comment and say hello.
If you're booked, let us know.
If you're booked with us, if you're a new follower, you found us somehow, you just booked, your wedding's coming up, all the things.
All the fun jazz. You know the drill.
Yeah. If you're watching us on Facebook, say hello.
Ooh, Party Bus 210 joined. I want to go on that. Let's get a Party Bus. I feel like I would fall off.
You can't fall off a
Something
party
would
bus.
hurt.
Maybe when you like walk off.
Have we met? I mean, it's true.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We are just waiting a couple of minutes so that the live can get put out into the world.
Let people know. Hi, Carla.
Hi, Carla. Today is gonna be a little spicy.
I feel like
we have some hot takes today.
Some feather ruffling.
Yeah, definitely. We
Ruffling
are gonna talk
feathers.
about guest do's and don'ts.
Yes.
So, in just a couple minutes, we have a long list because some of y'all, submitted things, remembered stuff from your wedding. Yeah.
Ooh,
And-
Alyssa's on.
We've got 10 and 20 years of experience
Yes.
of many, many events. So, and really, this isn't to be like we're poking fun at anybody or anything like that. This is really like things we've noticed that have, that guests do that affect the bride and the groom in some capacity. So we like to talk about stuff like this, even if it's just a little bit controversial,
Yeah.
because somebody's got to say it. If we don't talk about it, we can't change.
And it helps you to avoid or how to avoid them by talking to your bridal party ahead of time.
Right.
So, hi, Candace.
Candace is on.
Yay.
Hi, Candace. Producer Jose's in the background. Who else is on? Your mom's on?
My
No,
mama's
no, I
on.
can't see.
My mama's on. I'm going to share it on Facebook because everybody's on Facebook traffic.
Yeah, we're going to get some Facebookers. I see some of y'all watching, but nobody said hi yet on Facebook. So, I'll give you another 30 seconds.
Like, share, follow.
Like, share, follow. Hit the subscribe button.
I know, right?
Like, calm down.
We can do it. We can make this happen.
All
Let me
right.
see.
I feel like it's starting to flood your feeds, which is great.
Oh, yeah. Look, there's a lot on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get Facebook. I'm like,
Come on, Facebook. Come on, Facebook.
let's go, Facebook. Let's get you awake.
Woo.
Let's wake up.
All right, let's see. How many minutes? Because last time we went over, it's been 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Right? It's been like 4 minutes? 5 minutes? And last time we went over and producer Jose was
He got grumpy at us.
commenting
He was very,
our-
very mean.
our lateness. So let's start with hot topics as always. Let's like recap the last week or so.
Okay.
Did anybody go to any concerts? A lot of concerts this past weekend. Hi, Angie. Candace's mom is on. So, Friday was like the big concert day, right? I mean, there was a lot going on, but
Yeah.
Teresa went to Grupo Firme, and I was at Luke Combs, and we were like sharing in the group chat like very different content, just
Yes.
very like, you know, mine was a little bit more like rednecky, like I don't know how I'm gonna say
My
that.
my ears didn't stop ringing till
There was
Sunday.
a lot of beer involved, so.
Mine was tequila. A lot
But
of tequila.
Alamo Dome was like 65,000 people of just like people like singing their lungs off. And
You know what? Kudos to him though, because he sold that place out twice.
twice, and it was actually really good.
Yeah,
like it was worth it, and we had a good time.
I feel like Grupo Firme could have sold it out twice because they did
Mhm.
their last concert was at the Alamo Dome. So
Yeah.
the coordinator in me doesn't like the Alamo Dome.
I don't like the Alamo Dome
Oh, I
either,
don't
but
like
if
it.
you draw the audience, they don't have a choice.
They don't have a choice. They have
like
to.
Luke
If you
Combs
want it
would
in
have had
San
to do
Antonio,
it like 4 days in a row.
yeah, if you want it in San Antonio, you have to do it at the Alamo Dome for that size. It's just they don't understand the structure.
Yeah.
But yes,
So.
and so the concert was really good.
Yeah.
My concert, my ears
Wait,
were
tell them what
burning.
happened.
I got upgraded. I don't
didn't
know
get
why.
upgraded, but you know.
I just made friends with the attendant, and I was hoping to like if you were at I call it the AT&T Center. I'm not over it. It's still AT&T Center, but whatever it's called now, the Frost Center. And
Frostbank.
I was trying to be at the
Like-
bar on the upper level so that I can stay there for the concert.
Mhm.
And so I was telling the usher, and I was like being friendly, just cordial. And then he was just like, "Hey, who's with you?" And I had made 2 other friends. And I said, "Oh, there's 4 of us." And he's like, "Take these tickets and go down to the first floor." And I was like, "For what?" And we ended up like on the floor. It was amazing. Best concert ever. I'm buying the exact same seats for Frontera
Yeah, just make sure.
to see if it works.
Frontera pre-sale is
I'm
on
gonna do it
now.
again. They go on sale tomorrow.
And then there was somebody else. Oh, Luis Miguel.
Luis Miguel was Saturday.
That was Saturday, and I heard that was like a really
I heard
packed
it was a
concert,
really good
too.
concert. So San Antonio was busy
Yeah,
this
we
weekend.
were busy.
On top of everything else, they were busy. So
Hi, Courtney. Courtney's watching.
Jennifer's over on this side. I know she had some hot
Oh,
takes.
Jennifer is waiting.
Marissa's
Jennifer.
over here. My mom's over here rubbing it in that she went to Hawaii. Thanks, Mom. Thanks for letting us know you went to Hawaii.
Did you bring us a souvenir?
Did bring me. Well, he did bring me a souvenir. Mm-hmm.
Some spam just messaged.
Oh, hello, spam.
So we're just gonna leave that there.
No, we're just gonna leave
can
that
you
alone.
can you
It's on Facebook.
Oh, I can report comments.
Producer Jose.
Spam.
So that was fun, and then we had the Met Gala,
Yes.
which best dress.
I in my head am like Joan Rivers. Every single gala, like I will sit down, get some popcorn
In our sweats.
in sweats, chongo in the hair, like, and critique these like multi-million-dollar,
Yeah, like,
this multi-million-dollar event.
but that's why they have it. We have to do that. But did you know? Was it Kim Kardashian had the shoes that had no heel, or what is
Yes,
this?
it
This
was
a
the
heel?
what are they called?
They're
They're literally
invisible.
like just flat. I don't know what they're called. Hold on, I'm having to report comments because the internet.
Yeah, the internet was aggressive. Hi Alexis, how's the baby bump? So yeah, it was. They had the shoes. She had the shoes that like didn't have a back. It was like Barbie shoes almost. So she showed that. I still didn't like her outfit. It wasn't one of my favorites.
We're fighting over the outfit because I At first, I was like, okay, what's the point? Because Kim always has a point, and I can't wait for the season to come out because then she'll talk about more of the backstory of it.
Yes.
But I thought her dress was beautiful, and people were like, you have this beautiful dress, and then you have like this sweater.
You know who said that? Keep going. I can't remember the name of the designer.
But then she was like, in my head, like I'm at this party, in this fancy garden party, and you know, having a wild night, and then I had to use my boyfriend's cardigan to sneak out, and that's why she had like the messy hair, and it was like a whole thing, and I saw it, and I vibed with her, and I loved it.
Christian Siriano said if he had made that dress and she came out with a jacket or a sweater or a cardigan, he would be mortified.
His dresses weren't that great
I know,
either, and I love
Christian
him.
Siriano. I'm just saying.
Anyway.
She wasn't my favorite. My favorite was still Kylie. Kylie is flawless.
Kylie was
so
Met
pretty.
Gala bridal.
It was so pretty.
Beautiful.
She doesn't even try. She's just like, put me in
just
something.
naturally elegant.
And I know a lot of it was, you know, medically helped, but still, she did enough in the right places.
Yeah.
Like whoever her plastic surgeon is, kudos to him. So.
Texas Weddings, just join us on Facebook.
You know, Texas Weddings. What did let me down is my girl J-Lo. She's on a decrease right now. I didn't like her hair.
I liked it. I liked her. I loved her full outfit. It was just, to me, it was predictable because like that's what she would wear.
What she wears, but
it was.
It looked like they forgot to do her hair, and they were just like, you know, like she rolled around in the woods.
I know, and it is weird because she's like always so put together. So it was a weird transition.
Ooh, there's a lot of people on Instagram. RMD photo booths.
Yay, we love RMD.
There's a lot. Alexis is getting big. She's got a big belly. We got a Granberry baby.
More Granberry babies.
More Granberry babies. We need to do like a big photo shoot with everybody's babies. So that would be good. So the gala was good. I had a good time with it.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the topics now. I don't know if there's just like a right or a wrong way to do this because sometimes you just gotta like say it. So I feel like what we'll do is we've got a list of stuff, and that might like, you know,
it'll just
trail off into other things. We really want your engagement. So as we start naming off the topics, like if you're like, oh, I remember this time, like share your stories with us.
Especially if you're a company or a photographer or a coordinator, brides, like Alexis, your wedding. Yeah. Like, did someone do something at your wedding? You're like,
right.
I wish I had told her. And
they're going to kind of be all over the place because as we were thinking about them, we were like writing them down. So we'll be here and there. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yes.
So the first thing you want to do as a guest, that's the perspective we're coming from. I'm an invited guest to a wedding. That's everybody get into that kind of like energy, point of POV. So the first thing you do want to do as a guest, as soon as you find out, as soon as the save the dates go out, is save the date.
Yes. Mark it on your calendar.
Put it on your calendar so that later on there isn't like something that comes up because the invitation's coming. And we know things happen in between save the dates and invitations, but you're at least anticipating it. Yes. So that's easy, right? That's the easy part. But now the invitation comes in. And typically, I don't know how to say this. People in the South, we're just so chill.
Oh, we don't RSVP.
Right. We're not big.
We're from salon days. We're from like, there's plenty of room. We're just going to show up.
Yeah, like I'm sure they set up for 400 people anyway. Yep. So like we'll just show up with whoever. So.
Well, back to the save the dates. Just go back to that real quick. Because if you get a save the date in the mail, like let's say I get, like Natalie sends
virtual
me.
now.
Yeah, she sends me her save the date. And I'm like, I can't do that because it's my kid's birthday. I can't do that because it's this birthday. And Natalie's like, what about this date? I can't do that because of that. What about this date? I can't do that because of that. So it creates a little bit of chaos for the couple who just wants you to come enjoy the day.
Right.
So you have to be mindful that couples are not really looking at everybody's calendar. They're looking at them and their closest people.
Right.
Like, I know my mom, my sister, my parents, my immediate family needs to come. So you don't want to be that guest that's like, ooh, I don't like that date. Or, oh, I don't like it because it's my husband's birthday.
There's always going to be something.
It's gonna be
there's
something.
Only, so many days. Yeah. There's 365 days in a year.
Half
of those dates are somebody's birthday, somebody's something, a holiday, a vacation. And at some point, I think we're advocating for our couples or our teen, like the moms and stuff. Like, you're never going to satisfy.
Yeah, like Keen says,
everybody.
Teens, if your kid is in band, we just had a cheerleader, any kind of activities, like get a hold of the school. Most likely, you get that a year before.
Right.
You get the schedule. So you can plan it out that way so you can do that. And keep that in mind. You have other kids, the chambelanes that are in it.
Right.
You know, you want to get their school schedule before you set the date anywhere. Those are important people because she's got to have the court and it's got to, she's in activities.
Right.
But it's when you deal with people that are in your ear as a bride saying, I can't do this day because of this. You can't do this day because you're never going to please everybody.
Yeah, it'll never happen.
Yeah.
Like, as long as, like, the people who make an effort and want to go, they will go, and you won't miss the few that don't.
Yep.
So that's why I always think, like, save the dates are really important because everybody is just so busy now.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many extracurriculars and things going on. You know, it's as a couple or somebody planning an event, it's just a courtesy.
Yeah.
It's like the teaser.
Yeah.
Like, save the date, da-da-da-da-da. And then once the invite comes in and you guys are, like, you know, all on the same page about the calendar, send your RSVP sooner than later.
Yeah.
And I can say that, like, she's planned a couple events over the last year. Like, we just did my daughter's quinceañera, and that was the whole, like, I was very, like, RSVP or die. You know what I mean? Like, because, you know, gone are the days of, like, the big salons. I mean,
what was that website you used?
but
Because they were good. That was a cool website.
yeah, I went through a bunch because I obviously work with a lot of couples. But for my specific event, we used one called RSVPify. And it was nice because we were able to set up, like, a website. We were able to set up, like, RSVPs, and everybody that RSVP'd was able to do a meal option, and all of that. So it was nice to be able to keep track of everybody. And then the big thing was, like, let's say I'm inviting Mr. and Mrs. Alvarez. Like, it would be like Mr. and Mrs. Alvarez, and it would be add +2.
Yeah.
So that the Alvarezes couldn't come back and try and RSVP for,
her
like,
family
6
did
more.
that. It was funny.
We did. Like, they were like,
"Something's
it's
not
not
working."
working. Hey, I've been trying to, and I was like, I know, it's on purpose. Like,
that was perfect. At least they called. You know, they
Yeah.
called to say, I tried to
they did. They were
RSVP
like,
for
it's not
more."
working, it's broken. And
It's
I'm like,
not working.
I was like, it's on purpose.
Yeah, that
But
was a
it
cool
was
RSVP.
helpful. Like, I appreciated the text of, like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do, and I was able to squeeze a few people here and there.
Yeah. I did
But
Evite for mine, but I had a graduation party, and I had two. I had my parents' party and my parents' party, like, you know, and they're on here, so I could pick on them. But, you know, they kept trying to add people, and I'm like, you can't add anymore.
Well, there's a lot of people at that party.
Yeah, I mean, they filled it, but
Yeah.
it just, you kind of have to be mindful of that in the RSVPs, but digitally is always nice.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people don't go to the mail anymore.
I know.
But it was nice. She gave it to and her invitation had a little pretty paper.
It was a beautiful invitation.
It had a
and
website, and I put TBA as my +1 because you never know.
I had a QR code.
Yeah, so it was fun.
Hi, Stephanie on Facebook.
Stephanie.
Hacienda Oaks, welcome.
Hello.
And Yvonne.
Yvonne's
our
here.
longtime Granberry client.
Yes.
Repeat client.
Repeat client. So yeah, keep that in mind, your RSVPs.
Yes.
You know, especially if you are a guest.
It really is. Like, and I was gonna say earlier, like, gone are the days of the big hall. Like, there are still plenty of big halls and people who are not gonna track 500 or 600 people. Like, I totally get that, and if that's your vibe and that's what you're gonna do, fine, then do it that way. But for I think a lot of venues who have occupancy.
Yeah, she's talking about back in the days of COVID.
Yeah, like,
we were
or
limited.
things were going on, like COVID. Like, it was really important, or it is really important to have a head count.
Yeah, yeah. And just, if you're a guest, don't assume you can just bring somebody.
And food's expensive,
Food is expensive, guys.
You know, if you go to the restaurants, like, everybody's paying what, like $20 to $30 a plate, more depending on where you're at.
Yeah.
So think of that, like, when you're thinking of your guests, like, it's going to be that plus that, if, you know, plus more. And so just be mindful of
Yeah.
the people throwing the party. So make sure that you're
Yeah,
RSVPing.
COVID was hard, Alexis, when we started opening up because people wanted to be out. So people were
Right.
like, "Oh, let's go! We got invited to a wedding," and so they're bringing people in. That's what runs you over, and so
Yeah.
you just don't want to assume. And a lot of guests think, "Oh, they're not going to notice." You'd be surprised what these brides pick up. Like
Yeah.
they know who was there and who wasn't there at their wedding, and who just walked in that wasn't supposed to be there. So just be mindful of that. Don't be that person unless you make a call. Call them and say, "Hey, I have an extra person. Is that going to work?"
Right.
You know, something like that. You probably had that where people had declines when you
Right.
plugged people in.
Exactly.
So
what
you
happened.
can do the same thing, and it
Mhm.
just makes it a nicely run event. So don't be the guest that can just bring anybody because you're assuming that they have accommodations for you.
Right.
So that's what you don't want to do.
So that should be like the
Mhm.
easy part. Like I know
Mhm.
it's one of those things that we're getting like South Texas and
Yeah.
Southern people are getting,
Mhm.
more what's the word, like acclimated to
Yeah.
it. Like we're trying, and I
Yeah.
appreciate it. But yeah, just remember, just be mindful of the host of the party.
Yes.
The next thing, and this is a big one, hot topic.
Hot topic.
So if you're invited to a wedding or a quinceañera or something like that, and they have specifically that, not even they don't even have to say anything.
You shouldn't have to say anything.
You shouldn't have to say
know.
anything. But if it's cocktail attire, semi-formal, formal attire, like you don't know what it is, Google it.
Yeah.
And look it up.
Mm-hmm.
So the do for your guests is to dress appropriately.
Dress appropriately.
So short skirts. The new thing lately, like with the younger gen, is the super tight dresses and like very revealing, like booty out, like that. Right? Like I'm like the younger gen is like that, and I don't know if like the couples are as offended as we would be. Like we'd be like,
yeah,
But it's stuff like that, like shoes, like. I get, like, if you have heels on.
Well, I'm like, younger generation is those dresses. Older generation are the señoras that take their shoes off.
Yes.
Like, if you can't walk in your heels.
It goes both ways.
You need to. And there's certain groups of people that I love. They bring some nice little flats, or their boyfriends go and get some flip-flops from the car, or, they have a backup pair of shoes.
Yes.
So that way you're not walking around barefoot. And that's the thing, people don't realize you're actually the frame in the picture of whoever's wedding it is.
Right.
So like she's tossing the bouquet, you're in the picture. So if you have no shoes on
and your patas are out like Fred Flintstone,
stuff is coming out, it's in the picture, and that's a permanent picture. It's stuff like that. You're in the frame in some capacity. So you don't want to dress in a way that it's gonna be in their picture. Like that's gonna be theirs forever.
Just remember, you're always being watched at a wedding.
Yeah.
Like it is. It's not cute. Like at this point, like we should all be able to go to the store and buy a pair of nice flats.
Yep.
To change into.
We actually do. We have where people leave over their shoes.
What did they
You can
say?
charge someone to dress appropriately. Oh, she said we should have a closet with appropriate clothes. This is Alexis.
We should have like a backup closet.
Yeah, backup closet.
Oh my God, there wouldn't be enough. I always thought it was cute, like when they bring like the flip flops and stuff for the guests. But I mean, it's like, how old are y'all? Like, like
I
how
love
many
the
times have y'all
Mexican ones
gone?
that do the pantuflas. They're like, here, let me help you.
Yeah, change them.
And
Don't
just
go
put yours on.
barefoot. Like at the
Yeah.
very least, please don't go barefoot. It's not cute.
But those are so cheap to buy. People buy them, as a bride.
Yeah.
If you don't want to see that at your wedding, then you can buy those. They're called pantuflas, but in English it's slippers. But you get slippers that have your name on them, wedding date, whatever.
Yeah.
Or you can go to Old Navy and just get the flip-flops.
Yeah.
And put them in a basket, so you don't have to worry about having those pictures with people with no shoes on. So that's kind of where a bride can educate herself and avoid that, so you don't have to worry about it. I have a wedding.
Although we shouldn't have to worry about it.
You shouldn't have to, but sometimes you have to guide people.
So
Just guide
I
them.
do, and I think everybody's. I've been waiting for this because I can't get this comment down.
What?
Sorry. Okay. So Yeah, and I think everybody has a
Mhm.
different idea of like appropriate, not appropriate. Like if it were this huge country wedding and everybody's in jeans and boots, like guys are in jeans and a nice button up and boots.
Yep.
Okay,
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
But like if it was a formal gala style, like everybody's in gowns and you should be in a suit, then jeans are not appropriate.
Yeah.
Like it's just little things like that.
But brides can put on their invitation. You can put it on their wedding website if you have a wedding website that'll kind of guide people. Word of mouth is a big thing. Like tell all your bridesmaids, your groomsmen, like have them tell them.
People tell me like a lot of people texted me like on my daughter's invitation it said semi-formal, and people were like, "What does that mean?"
Yeah,
and that's a fair question. And I was like, and I think it was Courtney. Courtney was like, semi-formal, like a gown, like I should go to like Dillard's, or like can I order a nice dress off Amazon? Like, and I'm like, a nice dress on Amazon.
I did send you pictures of my dress options because I wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
you want to make sure. Well,
yes,
even
but
with, like her colors were blush and pink.
Yeah,
and she wore pink, and the family wore pink. So obviously, you don't want to wear pink because that's the colors of the event. Like that's what the Ginza is wearing. That's what the mom's wearing. So it's stuff like that. Now that's a little more detailed because I'm just the coordinator of me. But at least, a pair of slacks, some nice, when I did my parents' party, they asked me the same thing. And I was like, it's whatever you would wear to church. That's what you should wear to to the party.
Or a party.
So that's the easy way to tell them. A mood board, people can do that already, like a group of pictures.
See, I think I would do that next time. Like, here's appropriate outfits.
Yeah, there's different ways that you could do it because it does, and it's not to make the other person uncomfortable, but they will stick out like a sore thumb. Like you can spot them from across the room. Remember how we talked about how brides know when people crash?
Right.
It's the ones that aren't dressed. Like they know they're not meant to be here because they probably just got out of work and we're like, oh yeah, let's go. There's an open bar.
Right.
And it kind of would make you guys uncomfortable as the guest because you're sticking out like a sore thumb. You're drawing attention to yourself by not wearing jeans or wearing a pullover shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
I was gonna wear my Grupo Firme
And
shirt.
one of the biggest things, which is another thing that we shouldn't like really have to talk about, but we have to say it, is don't wear white
on a wedding day.
Don't wear white.
Don't wear white.
Don't wear white.
Unless the bride puts it in a nice, because we did have that.
Unless the bride is like, I'm wearing a black dress.
She's wearing a black dress. Everybody wears white. And
yes.
we did have that. And it was in the invitation, clear as day.
Yes.
Where everybody wear white, we're wearing black.
But that's the rule. That's the exception.
That
and then
is
there's
not
the
the
rule.
rule.
The rule is I cannot, almost every single event, somebody shows up. And I can't, the younger ones, like, I can't excuse that. Like, sometimes it's like the Thea that wears like a white cream cardigan and doesn't know. You know what I mean? But I don't know how much.
It's the white jumpsuits. It's the white pants. It's the white jacket. There's so many different ways you can wear white.
Right. I'm sorry, like TikTok has put so much knowledge out there that we should know. Like social media, like we have talked about this so many times.
Yeah.
Like it's rude, it's disrespectful to the bride, whether she's wearing like white or ivory.
Oh look, we got a photographer, Madeline Frotzy. She'll tell us how those pictures with your feet, your footsies out comes out in her photos.
Courtney said, it's because Natalie's fabulous. Clarification was needed in the level of semi
That's
and
what
the formal.
That's what I said. I was the same way. Because if you know whoever's wedding you're going to will tell you the person that they are and what they would like. And they'll tell you, like, I told you that bride that wanted everybody to wear black, and she made sure, and every single guest she had wore black. And she had 150 people. They all wore black. So they all understood the assignment. So, but that's because she planned it. She was vocal with them. She told them the expectation, and so people were able to do it. So there's nothing wrong with having a certain level of expectation from your guests. And if you're a guest, there's nothing wrong. It does not make her a bridezilla if she wants you to wear a nice dress on her wedding day. That does not make her bridezilla. That just means it's her day.
Right.
And she's just asking you to dress appropriately on her day. That's it. It's really easy.
It's called boundaries.
Respect.
It's called respect.
Being respectful to the guests. You're coming to her event. She's buying you food. She's giving you alcohol. She's giving you pantuflas. Like, she's giving you gifts. she has,
Favors?
she has mariachis for you. Like, she's throwing a party for you. And so you want to be
Like
respectful.
for them, but for you
Yeah,
too. Like
it's
for all
for
everybody,
you.
for everybody to celebrate.
Yeah,
so.
a lot of that stuff is not just for her, it's for you guys too. They
Yeah.
want you to be comfortable in their own venue. So at least you can do, wear some black slacks.
Yeah. Moral of the story is
Mhm.
don't wear white.
Mm-hmm.
Bring an extra pair of shoes.
Yes.
Don't dress inappropriately. Like a club is not, a wedding is not a club or a bar.
So don't go this way, but don't go all the way over here either.
Right.
Like, happy
Time
middle.
and place. Time and place.
Happy middle.
Yeah. And yeah, and especially, and the guys thing is the same thing. Like, ask your girlfriend, ask your wife, like, what is everybody wearing, so I know what to wear.
And then y'all can match. Yeah. I love that.
That's my favorite.
I love it.
Next thing is, and I think I put this on here because I like experienced it with a wedding, not here at Granberry. It was another wedding I did outside of here. Don't bring the drama. And what I mean by that is there are many times we've seen, I don't know why, I feel like it's always a sibling of the couple.
Yeah.
They bring the girlfriend, they bring the boyfriend, and they start fighting during the wedding. And then you see them out on the patio or out in the grass, you know what I mean? Or in the parking lot, and they're arguing, and everybody's like, hey, did you see so-and-so?
Yeah. And I don't know why people have to tell the bride and groom.
Yeah,
it's like the first thing they go tell.
Your brother's
They're like,
out there with his girlfriend.
your brother's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't bring the drama. Like, people, like, you're coming together to celebrate, you know, the quinceañera or celebrate the bride and groom. You know what you're getting yourself into when you invite problematic guests. So that's another one. This is another one that's kind of like, I don't know. I guess it's kind of old school because people usually do it. Like,
What?
I have on here, don't interrupt the bride and the groom when they're eating dinner.
Oh, wait. Can we go back to the drama?
Yeah.
Can we talk about how, like, for a bride, letting the guests, letting the coordinators know, whether, like, you probably get it with Bava, but with Granberry, if there's drama, like, the parents don't get along, or the mom and
Keep
the
us up to date on
stepmom
the
don't get
family
along.
dynamics.
My brother's bringing his girlfriend, they don't get along. He's a bad drunk. Something like that you need to tell, that to help avoid that situation, let the people in charge, like the coordinator, know, because what we do is we go behind everybody. We tell the security, we tell the bartender, we tell the other, whoever your assistants are. Everybody knows.
And we're hyper aware.
Yeah, who to keep an eye out for so that it doesn't get to that point.
Yeah.
So on the bride side, that's how you want to avoid it. If you're a guest, just don't bring them. But on the bride side, in order to avoid it, is you let your coordinator or you let your point of contact people know.
Right.
And that way we can keep an eye on them.
Right. But
So,
we shouldn't have to.
We shouldn't have to.
Don't bring the drama.
But don't bring it.
Anybody
bring
else join?
DJ Millie.
Hi, Millie. We need to go see you.
Rhythm and Beats.
It's time.
Rhythm and Beats.
It's been a long time.
I know, we need to go.
The next couple things are don't interrupt the bride and groom.
Oh, that's really good.
While they're eating dinner. And I think private dinners have started to become like a trend, and I absolutely love it. Because the bride and groom can just sneak off and go eat dinner without y'all.
Yep.
And they can, like, take in the moment of getting married, and I love it. But for those who want to stay during dinner and are joining y'all, you know, the bride probably hasn't eaten since breakfast or something, and maybe she's had a snack or two. But let them eat. Like just get 15 minutes. Just give them 15 minutes. And I always feel so bad, unless I have direct, like, instruction from my client, like, I want to eat. Do not let anybody come to the table. Like, sometimes we're running around releasing tables or whatever it is, but, like, just be mindful that they, like, want to sit and have a moment and eat dinner without, like...
And it never fails. You see the bride, like, she's about to put a whole mouthful of food in her mouth.
And then somebody's, like, walking
Maybe
up.
take a picture. And she's like, I got food in my mouth. Like...
She's like, oh, okay,
yeah,
hold
like,
on. And then she's got... especially if she's
Yeah.
got, like, a big dress. You know how long it takes for them to, like, sit down and get comfortable and then get back up and then sit back? You're stretching her dress out.
What you can do
Like,
is the pageant wave. I like the pageant wave. When people are going to the buffet, they're like, congratulations, love you. and then you go do the buffet and then come back.
Yes.
Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to eat before you. So while you're eating, or like you finally get your plate and you're sitting down, they're going to come around and say hi to people.
They will come around at some point in the, if not during dinner, after they're done eating, some point during the night, you'll have a minute to talk to them.
Yeah, we get those guests that want, like, they want to say congratulations right after ceremony, or they want to say congratulations, while they're eating. And it's like,
and we appreciate the sentiment.
Yeah.
It's just
little time.
It's one of those little things that, like, I'm not going to be petty about, but because like people just are really excited for them.
They're excited for you.
Just a little, like, let them.
Yeah, I like the pageant wave. It's just, they know you're there, they see you, but you're letting them eat. Yeah. So you could totally do that.
Circle back after.
Yeah.
The other thing is a guest do. It could be a don't too, but do bring a gift.
Oh, excellent point, Alexis.
What is it?
A sit-down meal with servers really helps keep people at their table and not bothering the couple as they eat. That's a very good point.
That is a good point, but I've seen the tias go up, and they don't care because their table's like 5 tables in, and they're like, no, I just need a momento.
It usually happens when they go to the bar or they go to the bathroom.
Yes.
And they're going by, and they're like, oh, well, I'm here, mija, let me say hi.
I know. And sometimes you just can't change people. So.
Yeah, you just, you fight your battles. You fight your battles.
Bring a gift. I know this is controversial. I mean, it shouldn't be controversial, but I don't know why I saw a couple TikToks this past week about, like, bringing gifts to an event, and I don't know, it was weird to me. But I mean, you're going to a wedding, you're celebrating. This is another one of those, like, little things that, like, I mean, I've done weddings and I've literally seen nothing in the card box. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are just a few, and I'm like, wow, like, that's crazy because I don't know.
Yeah,
I was raised
and a lot of people a lot of people do cards. Very rarely do, because a lot of families, especially couples, they're established already. They already have a house. They already have, whatever. So they don't need all the extra stuff. So usually you don't see a lot of big gifts anymore.
Right.
But envelopes, people still do the envelopes. You still do
some money, a gift card, date
gift
night
card.
stuff.
You can do different things without having to break the bank, but it's a nice gesture.
Right.
Always come in with something to give them. It's like when you get invited to someone's house and you want to bring a bottle of wine.
Right.
Or you want to bring, like, I love when people come to my house because they bring me wine.
Oh, yeah, we're always bringing you.
I'm like,
we're always bringing you something.
I never have to buy alcohol. So, it's just a nice gesture. So if you do that and make that a habit, then that, it's a nice thing that people do for you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, brides need to remember to send thank you cards.
Agree.
So if you want us to be on your soapbox, but you need to send thank you cards
after.
Yes, very important.
Next thing is, okay, so the way I wrote it down, I have to figure out how to say it. So don't badmouth the event. So again, a time and place kind of thing. Like if you're at the wedding and you're at a table with friends or whoever, and you're like, wow, the food sucks. I don't know, whatever it is, like, that is not the time nor place to bring up stuff about the event. And I don't know, I just feel like some sort of way about, like, if I went to a family event and there's something I didn't like, I wouldn't bring it up to the family.
No.
Like, I wouldn't be like, that was, your photo booth was, blah, 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 or your food was great. I don't know, like, that's rude to me. But there are many times I've seen guests, like, after the fact, tell the bride and groom, like, mija,
yep,
the food wasn't really that good, or, oh, your bartender was slow, or I don't know, like, little things like that. You start putting stuff, like, the bride could have had, like, the best night of her life without hearing all the, like, the little things, you know what I mean? And you put this in their head, and then they get self-conscious about it afterwards. So time and place, like, if I went to a family event and there was just something that I didn't care for or whatever, I wait till, like, I get with friends. Like, I'm like, oh, I didn't really care for that, but time and place, like, to talk about it with family or directly to the couple or family hosting the event, to me is rude because they have put so much time and money and, effort, blood, sweat, and tears into the event. To have somebody complain about it is just completely heartbreaking.
And what you probably are not happy with is probably something they really liked and they did it.
Right, and
that's
you
don't
hard.
know until you, like, blah.
Yeah.
say it out loud. So it's very stressful on the couple. So just enjoy
Yes,
it.
because they want to, let them leave their event with just the memory of like they had the most fun.
Yep.
Because to hear about all the bad stuff afterwards, it's like, oh, like I paid all this money and I really wish that they had a good time. Like you know, I heard a couple things even about my event, and I was like, kept thinking and playing stuff like that'll happen to somebody.
I didn't mean to hug the ice sculpture.
No.
I did. It was over already.
No, that was at the end. I'm
You're
just,
gonna be
you know.
like, did you see that one girl? Is that what you heard? Did you hear that? Okay, because I thought everybody left.
Oh, the things that happen after.
Yeah, Alexis, be grateful you were even invited. But yeah, and
it really is an honor to get invited to stuff now. Like,
yeah,
things are so expensive now. So enjoy the moment. Life's too short to nitpick things, like to be miserable and just be mad or be jealous about something because you didn't do it. Like, I don't know. There could be many reasons why people say and do what they do, but just have a good heart and be gracious to your hosts. The other thing is do dance and have fun.
Yep.
It's gotten better, but like we went through a year of like people didn't want to dance and people just like were just chilling on their phones or whatever it is. Like when the couple has like when they're in the planning process, the couple or parents even, like especially Rikeen says, you're in a planning process, right? And all you can think of is like all you can envision is like people having fun and dancing, because that's all you see on Instagram. You see like the fun weddings and the fun events, and I want it to look a certain way.
Yeah.
So I always thought like guests should have fun and embrace the moment and dance and just participate in everything. And that kind of goes to the next thing of like, do the things they gave you to do. Sign the guest book.
Hug the ice sculpture.
Hug the ice sculpture. No, don't hug the, no, unless you're the last one there, which we were.
I thought I was helping lift it out.
And you're,
no. But do all the activities, the photo booth.
The advice cards, the photo booth, like those little phone message things now.
Yes.
Like participate in the things that they invested, in, so that you could have fun.
Yep.
Yeah, do all the things is what I say. Like visit the bar a few times. You know what I mean? Talk to people that you don't know.
And dancing is fun. I know I'm going back. You keep going this back, but I love the dancing. It's so much fun to do. And like you said, if you're a guest and you don't know the family or you don't know, your couples really appreciate it, because your couples, you're the life of the party. You're getting everybody going. So it's fun to do the dancing and all the activities, because they spend all that money for it. So you're doing it and enjoying what they're doing for you.
Yeah. Like what else? Like the dollar dances, the víboras, like.
Yep.
There's so many little activities. The bouquet, the garter.
Oh,
like,
I always hide from that. I did it from Candace's. They didn't know.
I did too. They're like,
oh.
get it behind. And I was like, I'm coordinating. I'm busy.
I'm going to go check on the dishwasher. I wasn't even working that day. I'm going to go check on the dishwasher. And I went around the other side. They didn't find me.
But like,
I always do that.
Participate. Do the things.
Yeah.
So that, they have, like, your couple or whoever has a good time.
Yeah, definitely.
What else? Oh, don't give grief about bringing or not bringing
kids. Alexis, we love you. Get a sitter.
So if the invite says, and this is just, honestly, this is really big in the, like, Latino, Hispanic culture. People are just so used to having big parties and kids coming. And I think more so now, like.
And they sleep on the chairs.
And you put some chairs together and they just knock out.
Fun.
But if the couple is specifically saying, like, we don't want kids, it's an adult-only function, who are you, or who do you think you are
to bring your kid?
To, like, push back and say, well, if I can't bring my kid, then I'm not coming. Like, the audacity.
Yeah. Well,
I'm trying not to be, like,
you're giving them grief. Because, part of the reason they don't have kids is cost.
Financial.
Because most venues that are at a certain level you have to count for every person that's going to need a chair.
Mhm.
So there could be 50 kids that they're having to take away adults for because the kids are coming. So a lot of reasons people do it is cost. It's not, again, people think brides are bridezillas. Not every
They're not.
bride is a bridezilla. She's
Yeah.
trying to have a wedding in the budget that she's in. And so you do not, by you pushing back, you're giving her stress and grief when it's really she's trying to have an event of her dreams. That's really what she wants to do.
Right.
Now, having said that, I had a wedding 2 weeks ago. Oh, I wish they were on. They're my comadres. We went to see Grupo Firme together. Anyways, they had kids, a lot of kids. And they had Dancing on the Clouds, because we'll talk about that too. But the parents had the kids right next to them. Like the DJ would say, we're going to do a presentation, so we need you to get your kids. They would get the kids. We did the Vibora. They would get the kid. Like, there is times where, yes, the parents have the kids for sure.
And there are parties. Like, I don't know if I could have a party and not have kids there, because we've got a lot of kids in the family that I love, that I want them to, like, be there to celebrate. So I know there's people that are like that, but there are others that are like, I really want everybody to enjoy themselves, get a sitter, have a date night. Like, let's have some good food, some good drinks. Like, let's just hang out. And I think that's their prerogative. And I really hate hearing the family fights and stories of like, well, I didn't want kids, but my sister's mad at me now, or my cousin. And it's just really sad because they're pushing up against like what you really want.
Yep.
So,
and it said oh wait, hold on. Alexis said, you have plenty of time in advance to find a sitter. One night will not kill you to leave your child at home. And don't ask for an exception. It's the rule. If you are an exception for it, it will cause a huge issue for the rest of the guests.
Yeah.
And it does, because you'll see somebody like us that got a sitter, and then you'll see somebody that didn't, and their kids are here, and you're like, wait.
You're like, I
her
thought
kids
they
are
said
here, my
no
kids.
kids.
Yeah, like.
And there always is like the, the flower girl. I have nieces that are flower girls, and they're going home after pictures. Like,
and
there's
the
always
main
something.
issue is the main issue is the cost. I feel like for brides. The other issue is, like we talked about, is the kids in doing different activities, like the Vibora, the
dancing on the clouds, first dances.
The kids love the dancing on the clouds. They love to jump in it. They love to do all this. And, we had a photographer on here. You know how hard it is to Photoshop a kid in clouds? Like, it's hard. So it's unrealistic to expect kids to sit and not want to play with it. Like, that's just how they are.
Yeah.
And you get parents that are like, oh, they're here, but we're going to go drink, or we're going to have, but I could see them. And so you're not really watching them.
Yeah.
So that's where issues happen, where they either can fall or they can get their stepped on or whatever can happen. And so there's a lot of reasons why it's, when people say they don't want kids, and you just have to respect it. You have to respect. Some weddings, they have them.
You
some
don't
weddings,
have
they
to like it. You don't have to like it. So you have a choice. Like, you don't have to go.
Yep.
Or you go and you deal with it. Like, you go to celebrate.
Yep.
So.
I have 2 kids. I was like, somebody watch the kids.
Figure this out.
Yeah, because I'm going to go have a good time. I mean, they do. They have a good, that's the reason why people want you not to have kids.
Yeah.
So, so it's a fine line. And you just have to, on the bride's side, or the bride and the groom, be firm. If that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do. And stick to your guns. And you're not a bridezilla if you require it.
Don't let people tell you
that. That doesn't mean you're a bridezilla. That means you want.
But at the same note, like, you don't have to be the bride that's like, well, if you don't like it, you don't have to come. You know what I mean? Say it in your head and say it to your
Alexis
spouse.
is like 4 years in, so she could say that.
Yeah, Alexis is like, but
I'm pretty sure she said
you
it.
don't have to say it like that. You can be like, I'm sorry that you don't, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Unfortunately, this is an adult event, or an adult only event, and we really would like you to come and have a good time with your spouse, and if you can't make it, I'm sorry. That's all you have to say.
Yep.
So
I once did a wedding where a couple showed up with kids, and it was a kidless event.
Yeah, that's a big one because of just like culture in San Antonio. Like, here in particular, there's a lot of kids. Yeah. We've all grown up going to the barbecues and the things, and people can't imagine like not doing anything and not bringing the kids. And like, honestly, I mean, if y'all would go up to an event like up north
Mhm.
or
It's not
like
done.
other, like it's not like that. Like people RSVP, people, not to say that they're like, I'm not trying to say that. It's just
No.
a different,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just
Well,
different.
if you and that is one thing you want to keep in mind is if people are from out of town,
Right.
their sitters are coming. You know, they don't want to leave their kid in Corpus by themselves, and they come over here. So you just kind of, it's a fine line when you want to like take people into consideration.
Yeah.
But I mean, the La Quinta's right here in the corner. We've had so many parents that have sitters that take the kids from the ceremony to the reception and put their jammies on, and they're chilling at the hotel.
No, or if they're out of town, they're like,
Yeah.
we brought my mom, so she's gonna watch
she's
them
gonna
back
stay
at the
at the hotel while she came to the ceremony. The kids came to the ceremony, took a picture with the bride and groom, and that's it.
Yep.
Oh wait, someone said something. Hold on. Plus, you also have parents who leave their kids at the table at some point to leave their drinks at the table, and while they're dancing, gotta make sure they don't hold a drink, especially when it's open bar. Yeah,
That's another like valid point. Like if you've got an open bar and you're not watching the kids, like stuff could happen.
Yeah, you know, especially when you have babies, Alexis. Yeah, you don't want people touching your babies. So, yeah, it's hard. It's a fine line, but I don't want brides to feel bullied or feel like they're a bridezilla because they're requiring it. It's not a bad thing.
No. And we're always like, I mean, I love the big events, but like if it gets to a point where you're like, oh, we invited 150 people, but like 50 people said they're not coming because of the kids. Well, guess what? You just freed up more money in your budget, and now you should add some appetizers.
What, like $25 a head? How much is that?
$30 a head.
That's
Like you
good
should.
amount of money you're saving.
I mean, that's like at the low point.
Yeah, it's okay to tell people, I'm sorry you can't make it.
Yeah. You can have an amazing wedding, and it doesn't have to be this big blowout, knockout, drag out thing. Like, it doesn't have to be 300 people. You can have an amazing wedding with 50 people. Like, you don't, you know.
Yep.
I feel like we touched on that already.
We did the uninvited guests,
Yeah, don't bring uninvited guests. Don't tell the host what you didn't like after. We kind of touched that. I don't know why I wrote that twice. This one's a Jennifer one, so she's on Instagram. If there is a buffet, okay, I have to preface with, if you're at an event that has a coordinator and a good DJ and somebody that's actually like walking you through what's going on at the event, like, hi everybody, it's time for the intros, if y'all have a seat, and then we'll have get dinner, you know, like if you have a great DJ that does that, and coordinator, I should say, and they announce like the dinner will be served buffet style, please wait for your coordinator to come by to release your table. I get that sometimes the back tables don't hear you, but keep saying it. Like, I know that the DJs I've worked with, that I work with a lot, I'll tell them like, hey, I'm going to turn the speaker a little bit and I need you to just like say it with your chest. Do not get up until the coordinator comes by and releases your table.
Yep.
So many times you'll see people that are like, oh, well, they got up. If they're I'm tired of waiting, they'll get up and just, they mess up the whole flow.
Yep.
Like, understand that when there's a coordinator involved and we're releasing by table, I know it may seem like it takes a little bit longer. That's not the case. Like, the reason we're doing that is so that there's not an overflow at the buffet line. And you're not, you know, and for those of you who are in heels, do you really want us to release, let's say it's 150 people, you know, 10 tops, 15, you know, you really want 15 tables all at the buffet line at once, and you're in a line wrapped around the ballroom in your heels. Like, we are protecting you.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing it so that it's orderly, that it's not messy, that it's...
That's what I tell people when they...
people aren't getting each other's way.
When I go around their tables, I'm like, it's just so your feet don't hurt.
Yes, you know, I have to tell them because they're like, hey, when are you going to call our table? And I'm like, I'm sorry. And I always have, I swear I have like 2 or 3 like little things that I always tell people that are at the last table, the last couple tables. Like, I'm always saying, like, you know who, you know, they save the best for last. And, you know, they say like the last tables get the most food. Like, you know, we always like say stuff like that because it is, they have to be patient, they have to wait. But it's for y'all's best interest so that we can get dinner served in the allotted time. And that was a big one, I guess, for Jennifer. Jennifer was really triggered about that. Like,
well,
guests getting up.
I think because guests think that they're going to run out of food.
Yeah.
They have that perception that the food's going to get cold
I don't ever
or
think that.
we're going to run out of food. There's plenty of food. It's hot because it's on a little burner. So, you know, when I'm speaking for weddings here at Granberry,
Yeah.
it's hot. The food's on the burner. So, you whether you go at this time or this time, you're going to get the same amount of food as the person that
went
you're waiting on.
first. Yeah.
And conversely too, if you hear the DJ make announcements, you know, and you don't hear it or something, you know, like, did anybody hear what the DJ said, or vice versa? Like, we're saying things to kind of keep you up to speed.
Yeah. Read the room.
So that's just why. Why.
Just look up and see what's going on. I always feel like you can tell who the coordinator is, because typically they're like in black, you know, have a little bag, they have a badge on. You see them talking to the couple.
And you people think we're not gonna notice that you cut?
We saw.
I know, because I gotta go to your table and release you, but realize all y'all already got your food.
We're control freaks. We have issues with it.
We know when you get up, because I still go to your table and go, oh, you already got your food.
You cheated. And they're like, and then like the table will give them a hard time. But I'm like,
so I'll call you out if you got up before you were supposed to, because don't do that. Just don't do it. You know, there's a reason we do it. We try to get the family, the bridal party, the immediate family. There's a way we're trying to do it.
There's a reason why we're doing it
to
the
get
way we're
people
doing
fed.
it.
So if you're by the door on the far end of the ballroom, what makes you think you can go like right away? Just let me think this through. Like, think it through.
Or if you think you're just because your table's closest to the buffet line, like, I'll just get up and be done with it. Like, no.
Yeah. No, there's a whole reason.
Let us control it, please.
But yeah, I'll go to your table and be like, do you want second since you already went? Like, I do.
I haven't done that one.
Tell them since you already got you got your food. Okay. You know, I do love it. It drives me crazy. And it makes the line longer. People don't realize it.
I don't know why they do it. They come
we
back
let the line
and
go down.
There's tables that are like the two couples, like the couple's eating, and there's like 5 people.
They waited. Like, so clearly someone heard them. So that's my soapbox. But yeah, it does.
That's funny. I'm gonna say that.
I'm gonna tell them you want seconds because you already got your food. I don't do that, people. I do ask them. I'm
in
like,
a nice, friendly, perky way.
I do. I'm like, oh, you got your food already. Okay, next table. You know, and we're trying to be organized.
Yeah.
That's all we're trying to do.
I know. People have a problem with authority sometimes. And it's like, no, we're doing it so that, like, you can enjoy the event. Yeah.
Yep.
Last couple things before we end. Tip your bartender. If they're not already like pre-tipped and you know what I mean, like stuff like, which typically they have, you know, I'd say like 99% of
like
the
your
events.
party, I started high and then I didn't worry about the rest of the night. I just
you just like throw the big bill in and be done.
That's how you start. You tip them high and you're like, take care of me, bro.
And they'll take
care of you
all night.
They'll take care of you. So those are the good ones, because by the time you get to the bar, your drink's already there. Like, they remember your drink.
Oh, those are my favorite bartenders.
Those are my favorite ones.
They
you
see
never
you
run out.
coming from like across the room, and they're like,
Here you go. It's already ready for you.
You're like, oh.
And I'm like, thank you. Appreciate it. So yes, it's worth tipping your bartender.
What else?
So centerpieces.
I put centros.
Oh, I don't know why you did that. I thought you were just paraphrasing.
Don't take the centros without asking.
It's kind of different now, because not just with us, but there's a lot of venues that they own their own centerpieces now.
Yes.
So it's less of an issue. Thank God my boss bought very large centerpieces, so it's less likely that they're trying to take them.
Very large, heavy
glass.
Impossible to take out.
So there's no way they can take them. But we have one this weekend that they're doing. Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
How's the puppy? Large. I have a couple this weekend that they're doing. Oh, she's not on. We did this thing for her and she's not on. Our little short girl.
Oh.
This weekend.
Yes.
So if you're gonna take centerpieces, this is what I tell my brides. Well, if they want to give them away, we strategically tell people after we do the cake cutting. So it's like probably an hour, 45 minutes before it's over.
Yeah.
And we go to the senoras and we're like, do you like a centerpiece? Yes, you can take the centerpiece. It's on your table. That's all you have to do.
And we have a conversation beforehand. Yeah. Like, we'll talk to the when we have like a final meeting with them, we'll be like, are you giving away the centerpieces? Yes. Sometimes, like my type A brides are like, yes, and here's the list.
Yes. They want it all back.
Yeah. Here's the list of who's getting them, or here's
I'm pretty sure Alexis
here's my
had a
inventory.
list. I'm pretty sure she did. She got off. She
Let
probably
us
had to go
know.
feed the baby. But I'm pretty sure she had a list.
Yeah. So don't assume you can have them
If
because
you're a
they're
guest,
very expensive.
don't assume
sometimes.
you could take it.
Especially the fresh flowers are what people go crazy over
Yeah.
because they're like, oh,
Yeah. So unless you see someone, like I wouldn't be those like don't go to the salones that do that. But they're like make the announcement. I hate that.
yeah, don't make an
But
announcement.
I go to because then you get people mad because they're fighting over centerpieces.
Yeah, talk to your coordinator.
So talk to the coordinator and you give away a few things. And some of it too, you have to be careful, especially fresh flowers. You might want one for you. You might want one for your mom, his mom, the abuelita. So the coordinator needs to secure all of those before we release them to people. Because if not, they take them. They'll take all of them. And that's fine, especially fresh floral. You're not going to take all 15 of them.
Right.
Bless somebody with them,
Yeah.
But if that's what you want to do, you need to let us know. Like, is there certain people that get certain flowers?
Yeah.
So we can pull those and have them for them before we release them to everybody else.
Yeah. But the guess don't for that was don't assume you can take
assume you
them.
could just take them. So
Like-
it's less likely with like venues that have rentals because
Yeah.
they're big. Most venues have big
Yeah,
rentals.
they would be able to tell like you're taking home
like
big
we
old
could tell
ball
you're
of
taking them.
wisteria. Like
But like this weekend, like for Sarah's, they're a good, they're a small size. But even I told her at the drop off, I'm like, we're gonna strategically give them away give them the way. We're not gonna make an announcement. And even her sister was like, oh, well, I want one. Okay, so we told the bride like, who wants one? So we take them before we start telling people. Because
as soon as like the word gets out, then it's like
yeah.
do, 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 do.
I once had wooden stumps, and literally this girl walked out with 5 wooden stumps, just like this, like.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
like okay.
what are you gonna do with them? Like, I don't know. She ended up. I think she said she was gonna put them in her lawn or something. So she had a plan.
Yeah.
And that's fine because. Side point, it's easier to clean up, but you don't want to assume you can just take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't assume.
I'm trying to think of anything else. I think that's it. That's what the list we had. Some of it kind of went in together, but I think the whole goal of doing this live today was that, be a gracious guest.
Alexis, did you have a list? I remember you had a list. You wanted all your stuff back.
Did she say who does that?
Yeah, she's asking who takes centerpieces. I'm pretty sure she had a
Our
list.
people?
I just want to know.
Like,
I remember it.
but yeah, like be a gracious guest. Just remember that it does take a lot of time. It costs a lot of money to put on these big events, and have fun. Like life is too short. Have fun. Don't complain. Show up. Give your gift, and have fun. Participate. Do all the things.
You're welcome, Liz. She said thank you. This was very helpful. Feel free to share it to your guests.
Share it, yeah.
Put in your
this is one of
wedding
those
website.
ones like I feel like okay, so it's hard to share them to Instagram right now. We're trying to figure out like how to like reshare to it. But you can always go back on YouTube. So there's a Granberry Hills YouTube that all of the lives get saved on. So if you are new here, y'all are welcome to go and watch all of the other lives. Like we used to do. This actually started during COVID. Back in Alexis's day. Our past bride. When we didn't have events and we had to do something and continue like moving on, like this is what we used to do. And now we're doing it again, and people are saying how much fun they're having, and they like all the information. So you can always go back to our YouTube and watch the most recent ones that we've done. And they do stay on the Facebook Live as well, or Facebook feed as well. So you can go back.
See, look at Alexis. I did. I wanted all my centerpieces, but did give the flowers to the guests. Those sconces were expensive, and people wanted my lanterns so bad, and I said no.
And people wanted the lanterns? Oh my God.
You could do that.
I think she was the first bride to use those big candelabras we had.
Yes, the one on the floor.
Yeah.
But if you wanted, like I said, if that's what you want, then just let us know, and we let your guests know. And so, and the good guests are the ones that are like, Mija, can I take a centerpiece? And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, you can't take one.
I had that. I had Thea's
I
come
love
up
when they
to
do
me
that.
at the quinceañera, Jocelyn's quinceañera. And they were like, are you giving the flowers away? And I was like, yes. And I looked over, because I remember telling Ubaldo, like, I'm giving some away, just keep telling me. And, you know, she was like, I'm going to take them to Grandpa Bustos at the cemetery tomorrow. And that's what we did. Like, she kindly came up and asked if we were, because she would like to take flowers to our grandpa. So that's what we did. Like, it was done, like, very tasteful. It wasn't like her trying to pull.
See, I didn't ask for flowers.
You didn't?
No.
You didn't take any?
No, because you know why? Let me tell you why. Because
no, if you're
I have a valid. Okay, I mean, well, there was another reason, but I'm not gonna tell you why. But I was yes, we worked together. I've known her for 10 years, but at the same time, she had family there. She had maybe closer relatives, not closer friends than me. I mean, besides Courtney. But you have to be respectful as a guest to realize that maybe those are going to be for immediate family, are going to be for grandmas, are going to be. So it's like I said, don't assume because you're 10 years I've known you, I'm going to assume that I could just go get flowers.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to be for the immediate family. So like we said, if you're a guest, don't assume you can just sit on the first rows because you've known her longer. Or don't assume you can sit closest to the dance floor, even though it says reserved. You think it has to do with you. Or the centerpieces, things like that. Those could be spoken for. So
I thought of another thing. You said that. Don't be offended about where you're sitting.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've had, like, primos and cousins or, like, you know, or, like, tias or whatever. They're like, why am I sitting, like, on the second row back from the thing?
Brides, remember that. Don't put family on your thing. Don't put family. It's got to be Oliva. It's got to be Bustos.
Specific.
It's got to be Granberry team. It's got to be, you've got to be specific.
But on like the guest side of it, like if you're sitting 3 rows back, who cares? Like there's a reason why. And it's not because they don't like you. It's because there's bridal party. There's immediate family. You know what I mean? Like
I always like being by the bar, but she had a different layout for the quince. But I was like when we had my parents' party, I put the Granberry people by the bar. Like that's just what we do. You know, we just do that. But you know, so yeah, don't. I did
put y'all at a table that had a clear shot to the bar.
That was true. It was close to the bar.
It was just straight across.
But at my last wedding, I don't know. The girls are not here. I'm gonna message them. My girls, my crazy girls. They had assigned seating frames for everybody that sat where they were supposed to sit. And it works out perfectly if you're clear. Because all we have to do as your coordinator is say, if your name is not on that sign, then it is not accommodated for you. Then that is not the seat for you. And it makes it so much easier. If you put family, everybody's family. I even remember the girls were like, it's immediate family for photos. And they're like, what's immediate? And I'm like,
exactly. Yeah, you cannot put like Oliva family, Alvarez family. Like, no, it's got to be... my reserve signs were very specific, like grandmother of the quince. Like one said Granberry, one said, you know, like other coworkers.
Yeah, Alexis, I remember she had her coworkers. I remember the sign. She had coworkers, and they came in. They knew exactly where to sit. They went to the bar, got their drink. They went to the photo booth. Like they understood the assignment. So yeah, it makes it easier for coordinators too, but guests like just don't. Yeah. Like, don't think you get the flowers, you know. It just...
Well, back to the centerpiece.
That's why I didn't get the centerpiece. I mean, I'm not going to... But that's where I wanted the ice sculpture. Because in my head, there was other people closer to her that she's probably going to give them to. That was my reason.
That's good intention. Yes. That's you thinking ahead. That's you being respectful.
Yeah.
That's all we're asking is like if you're invited to a big event that you know took a lot of time and effort and money, like be a gracious guest.
Be a gracious guest. That's all we want.
That's it. That was the whole
good guests make good events.
That's very true. We should put that on a t-shirt. We should put it on a t-shirt and wear it at rehearsal.
I know. We should do it on wedding day when the guests walk in. We're like,
good guest makes good events.
Be a good guest. So, yes, I'm excited.
All right. Well, Jose, our producer,
came over,
peeking his head
walked over. Even though people are still logging in.
I know. I feel like we could keep going, but okay.
It's okay. People are logging in. It's going to come back on for the people on Instagram. It's going to go on YouTube. So all this will be on YouTube. You can go to our YouTube channel and watch the whole live. And like I said, share the link if you want to put it on your wedding website so we could talk to your guests for you. And they just be like, Granberry Girl said. Yeah, you blame us. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. We'll see y'all next month. It should be probably like mid-month that we'll be back on. So we'll have a whole new topic. Talk to y'all later. Don't say anything inappropriate. Don't say anything inappropriate.